11 things, modern Stoicism that destroy your masculine confidence. Stoicism. Confidence is not given, it's forged through fire. In today's world, where societal expectations collide with modern distractions, many men are unknowingly losing their grip on what makes them truly confident and grounded. The rise of modern Stoicism has offered powerful tools for resilience and clarity, but without understanding how to properly apply its principles, it can unintentionally erode the very foundation of your masculine confidence. From the endless noise of social media to the subtle traps of victim mentality, these invisible forces silently strip away self-worth and leave men feeling inadequate and lost. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be this way. Some men have unlocked Stoic secrets to navigate these challenges, building unshakable confidence and thriving in the face of adversity. On today's episode of Stoic Secrets, we'll uncover the 11 hidden pitfalls that destroy masculine confidence and show you how to rise above them. Are you ready to reclaim your power? Let's dive in. Number 1. Mental conditioning. Mental conditioning is one of the most insidious thieves of confidence, quietly shaping the course of your life without you even being aware of its presence. From the earliest days of your childhood, the world around you, societal norms, institutional systems, and even your well-meaning parents, subtly teaches you to play small. These forces instill caution disguised as care, offering phrases like, "Be careful," "Play it safe," or "Know your limits." While these words may seem harmless, they carry weight and often create barriers in your psyche. Over time, they embed deeply, teaching you to question your potential and avoid taking risks. It's as though a seed of self-doubt is planted in your mind, and it grows into an invisible wall that keeps you from exploring your full capabilities. Think of the well-known story of the baby elephant tethered to a small rope. When the elephant is young and weak, it learns it cannot escape the restraint, no matter how hard it tries. As the elephant grows into a powerful giant, capable of uprooting trees and shaking the ground with its steps, it still believes the rope holds it captive. That small rope becomes an illusion, but the elephant never questions it. Similarly, many men grow up tethered to mental limitations, beliefs like, "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "What if I fail?" These thoughts are not based on truth, but rather on conditioning from the past. They become shackles, holding you back from pursuing your dreams, taking risks, and stepping into your full potential. Breaking free from this conditioning isn't easy, but it starts with awareness. You must take a step back and examine your beliefs. Ask yourself, where did these ideas about myself come from? Were they the product of a cautious parent who wanted to protect you? Were they formed in a rigid school system that valued conformity over individuality? Or perhaps they were shaped by societal narratives that portray ambition or risk-taking as dangerous or reckless. The key is recognizing that these beliefs are not truths, they are simply stories. And as the author of your life, you have the power to rewrite them. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This timeless insight reminds us that we are the architects of our reality. Our thoughts and perceptions define what is possible. Rewriting your mental script takes time, effort, and deliberate action. It begins with replacing self-doubt with empowering beliefs. Positive affirmations are a powerful tool in this process. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," replace it with, "I am learning and improving every day." These small shifts in language may seem insignificant, but over time they reshape how you see yourself. Another powerful practice is journaling. Use it to identify your fears, challenge limiting beliefs, and track your progress. Writing forces you to confront your thoughts, giving you the clarity to separate what is real from what is merely a product of conditioning. Equally important is your environment. Surround yourself with people who push you to grow, individuals who embody courage, ambition, and resilience. Their energy and mindset will inspire and uplift you, creating a supportive network that makes transformation more achievable. You may notice that the people you spend the most time with directly influence how you view yourself. So choose wisely and seek out those who challenge you to rise above your limitations rather than reinforce them. In the fast-paced, competitive world we live in today, mental conditioning is one of the most destructive forces eroding masculine confidence. Yet, the wisdom of modern Stoicism provides a practical solution. The Stoics believed that the external world does not define you. Your thoughts, interpretations, and reactions do. This principle is as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. By challenging beliefs that no longer serve you and replacing them with empowering truths, you will regain control of your mind and ultimately your life. Confidence is not something you inherit or happen to have. It is a skill, a muscle you build through practice and perseverance. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." His wisdom serves as a timeless reminder that the only limitations that matter are the ones you accept. You have the power to untether yourself from the invisible ropes holding you back. Step by step, you can rewrite your story, not as someone confined by fear or doubt, but as someone driven by purpose, courage, and the belief in their own potential. The path forward may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Confidence isn't given, it's claimed, and now is the time for you to claim yours. Number 2, social media. Social media has become one of the most dangerous traps for your confidence in today's world, and if we're being honest, you've probably felt it too. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are carefully designed to highlight only the most glamorous, envy-worthy aspects of people's lives. Luxury cars, exotic vacations, perfectly curated relationships. But what these platforms really show you are curated highlight reels that often distort reality. Think about it. How often do you see someone posting their struggles, failures, or insecurities? Rarely, if ever. Instead, you're left scrolling, wondering, why does their life seem so perfect while mine feels so ordinary? But here's a secret you need to remember. Most of what you see online is a mirage. Those luxury cars, they might come with crippling debt. Those smiling couples, they don't post the arguments that happened before the photo. Those perfect vacations, they're probably filtered and exaggerated. The question you need to ask yourself is this: why are you letting someone else's heavily edited life determine how you feel about your own? Let me tell you about a friend of mine, a gifted photographer who used to spend hours scrolling through Instagram. His feed was filled with incredible shots taken by other photographers, stunning sunsets, perfect wedding moments, breathtaking landscapes. Instead of feeling inspired, though, he found himself stuck in a loop of self-doubt. He thought, why doesn't my work look like that? Am I falling behind? But what he didn't realize at the time was that his own work was just as amazing, if not better. It was just that he was too busy comparing himself to notice. Eventually, he made a decision that changed everything. He unfollowed accounts that triggered his insecurities and refocused on what he truly loved about photography, capturing the raw, imperfect beauty of everyday life. That simple shift not only reignited his passion, but also gave him back his confidence. The less he compared himself to others, the more he thrived, and his work started shining even brighter. because it was authentic. So, let me ask you this. How much of your confidence is being quietly drained every time you pick up your phone? How many of your insecurities come from comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel? What would happen if, instead of focusing on the fake realities of others, you redirected that energy into becoming the best version of yourself? Here's where you can start. Set boundaries with your social media use. Limit your screen time. Unfollow accounts that leave you feeling small or inadequate. Instead, follow people and pages that genuinely inspire you to grow, learn, and evolve. Better yet, replace the hours you spend mindlessly scrolling with meaningful activities. Pick up a new skill, start a fitness journey, work on that passion project you've been putting off. You'll find that your confidence doesn't come from likes or followers, but from the progress you make and the effort you put into your own growth. The Stoics taught us that our peace of mind comes from focusing on what we can control. Your mindset and actions, those are things you can always command. You can't control the highlight reels of others, but you can control how you respond to them. Don't let the illusions of social media steal your joy, confidence, or sense of self-worth. Remember this. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. That's where true growth and confidence come from. Social media, if used consciously, can inspire and motivate. But if you're not careful, it can rob you of your peace, making you feel like you're not enough. So, here's the challenge. Will you let the noise of the online world dictate how you see yourself? Or will you take back control and focus on your own journey? The choice is yours. The ultimate takeaway is this. Stop letting illusions define your self-worth. Recognize that most of what you see online is a polished, edited version of reality. Measure your success by your own progress, not by someone else's posts. When you shift your focus inward toward your own growth and achievements, you'll realize that your confidence doesn't come from external validation, but from the pride of knowing you're improving every single day. This is one of the Stoic secrets to living with true, unshakable confidence. Anchor your self-worth in what you can control and stay grounded in reality, not fantasy. So the next time you feel the pull of comparison on social media, pause. Ask yourself, am I choosing to grow, or am I letting someone else's illusion hold me back? Only you can make that decision, and I promise the power to change is already within you. Number 3. Breaking promises with yourself. Let me ask you, how often do you keep the promises you make to yourself? I'm not talking about grand, sweeping commitments like writing a best-selling novel or climbing Mount Everest. I'm talking about the smaller, day-to-day promises. Things like showing up for the workout you said you'd do, finally tackling that project you've been avoiding, or sticking to even the simplest of daily goals. These are the moments that shape your character, yet so many of us break these promises far too often. And here's the thing, every single time you break a promise to yourself, you're chipping away at your self-confidence. Let's think about this. If you can't trust yourself to follow through on what you say, how can you expect to feel strong, capable, or confident in anything you do? Picture someone who constantly says, "I'll start tomorrow." Maybe it's committing to exercise every day, but skipping it half the time. Over time, it's not just guilt they feel, it's a creeping sense of unreliability, and that's a slow poison for their confidence. Be honest, does this sound familiar to you? Here's the hard truth. The way you treat your promises to yourself says a lot about how much you value and respect yourself. If you keep telling yourself, "It's okay, I'll do it later," but later never comes, you're sending a clear message to your mind. Your words don't matter, and that's a dangerous mindset to build. But the good news is that this cycle doesn't have to define you. Breaking it is simpler than you think. It starts with small, consistent changes. Begin by setting realistic, achievable goals. Don't overburden yourself with massive, overwhelming commitments that you know deep down will be impossible to sustain. Start small. Even the smallest win can ignite a powerful sense of momentum. And if you're facing a big goal that seems intimidating, break it into bite-sized steps you can tackle one by one. It's your mind that sets the stage. If you can win there, your confidence will follow. There's a simple yet powerful practice that can help you turn this around. Start writing down your daily commitments and track them. At the end of each day, reflect on what you've accomplished, no matter how small, and give yourself credit for the promises you've honored. It's not just about accountability, it's about creating visible proof that you are capable, disciplined, and strong. You'll be amazed at how this small act can shift your perspective. Each promise kept builds trust in yourself, and that trust becomes the foundation of unshakable confidence. Imagine the shift in your mindset when you start proving to yourself day after day that you're someone who shows up for their own life. Can you see how powerful that is? The truth is, discipline is the cornerstone of self-confidence. It's not about achieving perfection, it's about being consistent. Every promise you keep, no matter how small, is like sending a message to yourself. I am capable. I can trust myself. I won't give up on me. Over time, this practice builds a rock-solid foundation of self-belief. As Epictetus wisely said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. So let me ask you, who do you want to be? Someone who lets themselves down over and over, or someone who sets a standard and rises to meet it? When you honor even the smallest commitments to yourself, you're not just building confidence, you're creating momentum. With each step forward, you're proving to yourself that you can handle bigger and bigger challenges. And here's the beautiful part. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. Every step you take strengthens your inner resolve. Imagine what it would feel like to trust yourself fully, to know deep in your bones that when you set a goal, you'll follow through. This is the essence of modern Stoicism. It doesn't demand that you live a flawless life. Instead, it teaches you how to master your thoughts, your habits, and your actions in a way that aligns with your highest potential. It's about learning to show up for yourself every single day in ways that matter. Now, I want to leave you with this. What is one promise you can make to yourself today that you know you will keep? It doesn't have to be big. It can be as small as taking a 10-minute walk or completing a task you've been avoiding. Whatever it is, start there. Small wins lead to big wins. And as you honor those promises, one step at a time, you'll discover the quiet, steady confidence that comes from knowing you can count on yourself. So tell me, what's the promise you'll make today? Let's build that trust together. After all, if you can't count on yourself, who else can you truly rely on? If you've made it this far, it's clear that you're committed to growth and unlocking your full potential. Now, let's take it one step further. In the comments below, share the promise you're ready to make to yourself today. To make it even easier, just type, "I am someone who honors my promises," to affirm your commitment to building trust and confidence within yourself. This small act is the first step toward creating real momentum in your life. Number 4, terrible body posture. Your body posture silently communicates your confidence, self-respect, and character. Weak posture, like slouching, avoiding eye contact, or hanging your head, doesn't just signal insecurity to others. It reinforces it within your own mind. Imagine a man entering a room with his shoulders slumped and his head down. He looks uncertain to others, but more importantly, he feels it within himself. His body sends a negative signal to his brain, creating a cycle of self-doubt and low confidence. How you carry yourself shapes not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. Body language and your mental state are deeply connected. Adjusting your posture, standing tall, rolling your shoulders back, and lifting your chin can quickly shift your mindset to one of confidence and strength. Science supports this. Studies show that holding a power pose for just 2 minutes can boost testosterone, the hormone linked to confidence, while reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. These small changes send powerful signals to your brain, reshaping your outlook and enhancing your resilience. Controlling your posture is one of the simplest ways to reclaim this power. Improving your posture, however, isn't just about standing straight. It's about building habits that nurture both your body and mind. Activities like yoga or Pilates can enhance body awareness, improve alignment, and teach mindfulness. At the same time, being conscious of how you sit and stand throughout your day is essential. Modern life encourages poor posture, from hunching over your phone to slouching in chairs. These habits weaken not only your physical health, but also your confidence. Breaking these patterns, stretching regularly, sitting upright, and practicing intentional movement can restore your physical balance and mental clarity. Here's where Stoicism comes into play. Stoic philosophy teaches aligning your actions with reason and virtue, and your posture reflects how you engage with the world. Carrying yourself with dignity projects confidence outward and builds it within. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By aligning your posture with the confident person you aspire to be, you're taking a tangible step toward becoming that person. Confidence isn't about pretending. It's about consistently practicing behaviors that cultivate self-belief. The adjustments are simple but transformative. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and keep your chin level. Make eye contact, even if it feels uncomfortable. Each small action reinforces a mindset of strength and resilience. Over time, these habits accumulate, rewiring your brain to associate these physical positions with confidence. It's not about faking it. It's about unlocking the confidence that already exists within you, waiting to emerge. In our modern world, maintaining good posture is challenging. Hours spent hunched over screens or sitting for long periods erode both physical alignment and mental well-being. Combat this by setting reminders to stand or sit straight, taking breaks to stretch, and strengthening your core muscles with exercises like planks or back extensions. These small actions aren't just about physical health, they're acts of self-respect. The way you treat your body reflects the value you place on yourself. Confidence, as Stoicism teaches, is built through deliberate, consistent action. Your posture is a simple but powerful way to take control of how you present yourself to the world. By standing tall and meeting challenges head-on, you're practicing a core Stoic principle, focusing on what you can control. Each small adjustment is a step toward the man you aspire to be. As Seneca said, man is affected not by events, but by the view he takes of them. By mastering your posture, you reshape not just your body, but your perception of yourself and your potential. So the next time you catch yourself slouching, see it as an opportunity to grow. Stand taller, roll your shoulders back, and look ahead with confidence. These small corrections build momentum, strengthening both your body and your mindset. Your posture is more than a physical stance. It's a reflection of your inner strength and belief in yourself. By mastering it, you're not just improving how you look, you're transforming how you live. That, my friend, is one of the most practical and empowering Stoic secrets to reclaiming your confidence. It all begins with the simple yet profound act of standing tall. Number 5. Neglecting appearance. Neglecting your appearance is one of the most subtle yet damaging ways to chip away at your confidence as a man. How you present yourself to the world is not just a surface-level detail. It's a mirror of how much you value yourself internally. When you skip haircuts, throw on wrinkled, ill-fitting clothes, or disregard basic hygiene, the message you send is clear. You're not prioritizing yourself. In turn, the world reflects that message back to you, consciously or unconsciously. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In this case, neglecting your external presentation reflects and reinforces your internal view of yourself. Improving your appearance doesn't mean indulging in vanity or seeking validation. Instead, it's an act of self-respect, a reminder to yourself and others that you are worthy of care and attention. Taking simple steps like scheduling regular visits to the barber, investing in clothes that fit well, and paying attention to the details of grooming and posture can transform how you feel about yourself. Think of it as maintaining a temple. Just as the Stoics believed in aligning the mind and body, tending to your appearance ensures harmony between your internal dignity and external presentation. As Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Dressing intentionally isn't about flaunting, it's about embodying your best self. The ripple effect of taking pride in your appearance is remarkable. When you look in the mirror and see someone who respects himself, it's much easier to project confidence in your daily interactions. People around you naturally respond to that self-respect. They treat you with greater regard and take your presence more seriously. In the fast-paced modern world, where first impressions are often formed in seconds, ensuring your appearance reflects your character is a wise investment. Modern Stoicism teaches us that how we carry ourselves in the world reflects not just our internal state, but also our commitment to living a life of purpose and virtue. Dressing well, grooming regularly, and standing tall in your posture is not just about aesthetics. It's about embodying strength and discipline. Here's where this becomes practical for your life. Don't just get through grooming as a chore. Instead, approach it as an intentional ritual that connects you with your best self. Use those moments, shaving, ironing your shirt, polishing your shoes, as opportunities for mindfulness and gratitude. Reflect on how these small, intentional acts contribute to your overall sense of confidence and dignity. When you take the time to dress with care, it's not just a superficial act. It's a physical representation of the mental discipline that Stoics like Seneca believed to be essential to a well-lived life. He once said, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." Let your appearance reflect those ambitions by showing you take yourself seriously. You may notice that people treat you differently when you carry yourself well. Respect begets respect. It's not shallow to acknowledge that appearances matter, it's realistic. But the real win here isn't external validation. The deeper victory lies in the way grooming and dressing with intention empower you internally. When you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you step into the world with the quiet confidence that Stoicism encourages, unshakable, grounded in self-respect, and ready to meet life's challenges with grace and discipline. So don't dismiss appearance as inconsequential or unstoic. Modern Stoicism isn't about ignoring the external world, but mastering it while staying rooted in inner virtue. By taking the time to honor your physical presentation, you align your actions with the Stoic principle of living harmoniously with nature, including the social nature of human beings. Stand tall, groom with care, and let the external reflect the internal. It's not vanity, it's wisdom in action. Number 6. Instant gratification. Let me ask you something. Have you ever caught yourself scrolling endlessly through social media, maybe TikTok or Instagram, only to feel a wave of regret once you realize how much time you've wasted? You might have told yourself, just one more video, But an hour later, you're still glued to the screen, wondering where the time went. This is what I call the trap of instant gratification. It's one of the most subtle yet powerful forces that can quietly erode your confidence and sense of control. In today's world, everything is designed to give you quick rewards, whether it's fast food, on-demand streaming, or those addictive little red notifications on your phone. It's a cycle of momentary pleasure that keeps pulling you back. But here's the problem. When you consistently choose what's easy and gratifying in the moment, you trade away the chance to build something lasting and meaningful for yourself. Let me share a story to bring this into perspective. There's a guy I know, we'll call him Jack. Jack had big dreams. He wanted to get fit, learn a new language, and even start his own business. But every evening after work, he'd sink into his couch and tell himself he deserved to unwind. One YouTube video turned into 3, then a few episodes of his favorite show, and eventually mindless scrolling on his phone. Days turned into weeks, and before he knew it, another year had passed with none of his goals achieved. Jack wasn't lazy, far from it. He simply fell victim to the allure of instant gratification. It gave him comfort in the moment, but deep down he felt stuck, disappointed in himself and, honestly, less confident with each passing day. You see, instant gratification isn't just about wasting time. It chips away at your discipline, and discipline is the backbone of confidence. When you constantly choose short-term pleasure over long-term growth, you're sending yourself a subtle message. I can't handle discomfort. But here's the truth. Confidence isn't built on avoiding discomfort. It's built on facing it, leaning into it, and coming out stronger on the other side. The ancient Stoics understood this well. They believed that mastery over your impulses, learning to delay gratification, was a key to personal freedom and inner strength. One of the great Stoic secrets is this: the ability to resist fleeting pleasures in pursuit of something greater doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you proud of who you are. So how do you break out of this cycle? First, you have to identify the habits that are holding you back. What are the things you turn to for easy pleasure, but end up making you feel worse in the long run? Maybe it's scrolling through your phone, skipping a workout, or putting off your dreams. Once you know what those habits are, replace them with activities that challenge you, but bring meaningful rewards. Start small. Choose to read for 20 minutes instead of watching TV. Go for a run instead of scrolling on your phone. Invest your time in learning a skill that excites you, even if it feels hard at first. Yes, it'll feel uncomfortable, like you're swimming upstream. But remember this: discomfort is temporary. The confidence and discipline you build by delaying gratification, that lasts a lifetime. Every time you make the choice to resist that quick fix, you're proving something to yourself. You're proving that you're stronger than your impulses, that you're capable of achieving something bigger, and that you have control over your own life. These small wins add up, and before you know it, you'll start to see yourself differently. You'll carry yourself with more pride because you've earned it, and that's the kind of confidence that can't be taken away from you. Now think about this. Where in your life are you choosing short-term comfort over long-term growth? What would happen if you shifted your focus, just a little, toward the things that truly matter? Imagine who you could become 6 months or a year from now if you committed to delaying gratification and investing in yourself. This is your chance to stop settling for easy wins and start building the kind of confidence that comes from knowing you've earned your success. Remember, the road to lasting confidence isn't paved with quick fixes. It's built step by step, one disciplined choice at a time. And trust me, the reward is more than worth it. You've made it this far into the video, and that tells me something important. You're serious about becoming a stronger, more confident version of yourself. That's no small thing. So I want to take a moment to applaud you for sticking with it. Now, I humbly ask for your help. Drop a comment below because it helps more than you know in supporting this channel. If you're not sure what to say, let's keep it simple. Comment, "Discipline over distractions." That'll tell me you've made it here and are ready to take action. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more insights like this. Together, we're building a community focused on real growth and lasting confidence. Number 7. Adult content. Let's dive deeper into something that's quietly eroding your confidence, stealing your focus, and even undermining your sense of masculinity. Something so widespread that it's easy to overlook the damage it causes. I'm talking about adult content. At first glance, it seems harmless, but it's far more harmful than most realize. It silently chips away at your self-respect, distorts your understanding of intimacy, and builds a wall between you and the life you aspire to live. Picture this. A man spends hours consuming these materials, withdrawing from meaningful connections, ashamed of his actions, yet unable to break free from the cycle. Ask yourself honestly, does that reflect strength? Does it look like the life of a man in control of himself and his destiny? Of course not. And yet, this trap ensnares so many because it offers something deceptively easy, a quick escape, a fleeting burst of pleasure. But let me challenge you, at what cost does that momentary comfort come? Here's the truth. Modern Stoicism teaches us to master ourselves and not be mastered by fleeting desires. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Adult content lures you in because it offers effortless gratification, dopamine hits without struggle, commitment, or personal growth. But over time, what feels like a small indulgence becomes a corrosive poison. It drains your energy, leaving you feeling weaker, less confident, and disconnected from reality. It warps your view of relationships, creating expectations that can never align with genuine human connection. And perhaps most devastatingly, it robs you of your drive, the vital force that fuels your ambitions and enables you to create the life you want. Let's pause and reflect on that. How can you lead, innovate, or love when you're pouring your energy into something that leaves you feeling empty and unfulfilled? If this is a cycle you've found yourself in, I want you to understand one thing. This does not have to define you. Recognizing the problem is the first courageous step toward breaking free. Acknowledge the toll this habit has taken on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Then start redirecting that energy into something that builds you up rather than tears you down. Instead of seeking temporary comfort, invest in actions that restore your confidence and give your life real meaning. Strengthen your body through exercise. It'll sharpen your mind and boost your resilience. Turn to meditation to regain clarity and control over your thoughts. Seek out real, meaningful relationships that fulfill you in ways no superficial escape ever can. Each time you make these healthier choices, you reclaim a bit more of your power and autonomy. Isn't this what Stoicism calls us to do? Focus on what's within our control and let go of what isn't. It won't be an easy road, but nothing worth achieving ever is. The journey to overcome this habit is a test of your discipline, your willpower, and your resolve. Each time you resist the pull of temptation, you're not just breaking a habit, you're forging a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You're taking back your time, your energy, and your self-respect. With every small victory, you're redefining what it means to be you. Think about that for a moment. Isn't it worth the struggle to live as the man you know you're capable of being? So let me ask you, who do you want to be? A man controlled by fleeting, empty pleasures, or a man who stands firm, guided by purpose, discipline, and a clear sense of what matters most. Modern Stoicism isn't just a philosophy to admire from a distance. It's a practical guide for living with strength and intention. By facing this challenge head-on, you're not just freeing yourself from a toxic cycle. You're stepping into the kind of masculine confidence that comes from living in alignment with your values. That's real strength, that's real freedom, and it's something no momentary pleasure or quick fix could ever provide. The choice is in your hands. Are you ready to take the first step? Your future self is waiting. Number 8. Win. Let me tell you something about confidence. It's not some mystical trait you're born with or a lucky charm given to a chosen few. Confidence is built, step by step, on a solid foundation of consistent wins, no matter how small those wins may appear. Success creates momentum, and each little achievement reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve even more. However, here's where things often go wrong. Many men allow their failures to sabotage this momentum. When they hit a wall or repeatedly struggle to stick to their goals, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt. A man who tells himself, "I just can't get this right," slowly internalizes that failure as part of his identity, and that's when confidence starts to crumble, one setback at a time. But here's a Stoic secret that can change everything. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the very same path. It's not an endpoint. It's a stepping stone, a vital teacher on your journey to growth. Breaking the cycle of self-doubt requires you to shift your focus and start accumulating wins, no matter how minor they might seem at first. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't conquer it by obsessing over the peak. You conquer it by focusing on each deliberate step forward. Each one of those steps matters. Maybe it's something as simple as waking up on time, completing that workout you've been putting off, or starting to learn a skill you've always admired. These seemingly small victories are what stack up to rebuild and strengthen your confidence over time. By focusing on your actions, what you can control, you build a foundation of resilience that can withstand life's inevitable challenges. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. Failure hurts. It's uncomfortable and can knock the wind out of you. But instead of letting failures fuel your self-doubt, look at them as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Reflect on the wins you've already achieved, no matter how small they are, because they're proof of your ability to succeed. If you think about it, every significant accomplishment in your life didn't just happen overnight. It was the result of stacking up those smaller wins. It's like laying the bricks to build a house. Each brick may seem insignificant, but together they create something strong and lasting. Seneca once said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." Showing up for yourself, even when it feels hard, is a courageous act, and courage is at the very core of confidence. Here's the beautiful thing about focusing on these small wins. It creates a powerful feedback loop. Success breeds confidence, and confidence motivates you to tackle even greater challenges. You start to trust yourself more, take on risks you once shied away from, and see setbacks as temporary hurdles rather than dead ends. This shift in mindset can transform not just your confidence, but your entire outlook on life. Remember, the greatest enemy of masculine confidence isn't failure, it's giving up. Your ability to respond to setbacks with determination rather than despair will determine whether you spiral into doubt or rise stronger with each challenge. So here's my challenge to you. Commit to building momentum through small, deliberate wins. Start by focusing on what's within your control and take action, however small it might feel at first. Celebrate every success, no matter how minor, and don't shy away from learning from every stumble. Confidence isn't about never falling. It's about knowing you have the strength and the resolve to get back up, time and time again. This is one of the greatest Stoic secrets. Your confidence isn't some external thing waiting for you out in the world. It's something you create through your actions, brick by brick. Now is the time to stop letting failure define you, and to start letting your wins shape the confident, resilient man you're truly capable of becoming. Number 9. Cancel culture. In today's world, cancel culture has evolved into a powerful and pervasive force, with far-reaching effects that can deeply erode masculine confidence. The constant fear of being publicly criticized, misinterpreted, or outright cancelled for expressing your genuine thoughts and values creates a stifling atmosphere where self-expression feels dangerous. Men, in particular, often find themselves walking on eggshells, feeling the pressure to conform to rigid societal expectations and norms. This leaves little room for individuality or authenticity. Consider the emotional toll of sharing an opinion you truly believe in, only to face harsh backlash or ridicule. Such experiences can lead to self-doubt, withdrawal, and a growing reluctance to speak your truth. Over time, this fear becomes paralyzing, forcing many into silence as they begin to question their worth and confidence. At its core, cancel culture feeds off the promotion of self-censorship, and this is where its real harm lies. When you censor yourself out of fear of judgment or backlash, you create a growing gap between your true identity and the version of yourself you present to the world. This disconnect doesn't just stifle your self-expression, it chips away at your confidence. True confidence doesn't stem from projecting an image of strength to the world. It comes from deeply knowing who you are and standing firm in your values, even when faced with opposition. His timeless reminder serves as a call to action to anchor your self-worth in your own principles, rather than the fleeting validation of others. Breaking free from the grip of cancel culture begins with recognizing one crucial truth. It is impossible to please everyone. The pursuit of universal approval is not only exhausting but also deeply unfulfilling. Confidence is born from living authentically in alignment with your principles rather than bending to the shifting expectations of others. Disagreement, while uncomfortable, is a natural and necessary part of growth. Instead of shrinking under criticism, approach it with curiosity. Ask yourself if there is something valuable to learn, or if it is simply noise designed to distract you. Separate constructive feedback that helps you grow from baseless negativity that only aims to tear you down. The moment you stop chasing external approval and embrace your own authenticity, you take back control over your life and your narrative. One powerful way to navigate the challenges of cancel culture is by surrounding yourself with a strong support system. Seek out people who inspire you to stand firm in your values and encourage your growth, even in the face of adversity. These individuals will remind you that you don't have to face life's difficulties alone. Modern Stoicism offers profound wisdom here, teaching that while you cannot control external events, your response to them is entirely within your power. When you adopt this mindset, criticism or backlash loses its power to define you. Instead, your actions, principles, and ability to stay true to yourself become the foundation of your confidence. In modern life, cancel culture is undoubtedly one of the most challenging obstacles to masculine confidence, but it doesn't have to overpower you. By remaining steadfast in your values and refusing to let fear dictate your actions, you can rise above the noise and rediscover your authentic self. Remember, confidence isn't about being universally liked. It's about having the courage to live your truth, even in the face of criticism. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This powerful reminder emphasizes that the willingness to be misunderstood is a cornerstone of true confidence. Authenticity will always hold greater value than temporary approval, And the courage to stand firm in who you are is the greatest strength you can possess. Stay grounded, embrace your individuality, and let your authenticity guide you through the challenges of life. Let me ask you, if you're ready to rise above the fear of judgment and take back control of your narrative, to stand firm in your values and embrace your true self, now is the time to act. Like this post and comment below, authenticity over approval. Because true strength lies not in seeking validation from others, but in owning who you are and living boldly in alignment with your principles. Number 10. Making excuses. Making excuses is one of the most subtle yet powerful ways to sabotage your confidence. It's like a thief that sneaks in unnoticed, stealing your potential one excuse at a time. Think about it. Every time you deflect responsibility or blame external factors, you're reinforcing the idea that you're powerless to change your circumstances. Imagine this. A man spends years blaming his lack of success on bad luck, the economy, or even the people around him. He tells himself, "It's not my fault," but deep down, he feels stuck and unfulfilled. This habit of excuse-making becomes a comfortable shield, but it also traps him in a cycle of inaction and self-doubt. The more he blames the world, the less he believes in his own ability to take control and change his life. Does this sound familiar? Because I've seen it happen, and I'm sure you've seen it, or maybe even felt it too. Let me share a story. A few years ago, a close friend of mine was stuck in a dead-end job that drained his energy. Every time I'd ask him why he didn't look for something better, he'd list all the reasons why it was impossible. "The job market is terrible," he'd say. "I don't have the right skills," or "It's just not the right time." But one day, something shifted. He realized that while he couldn't control the job market or how others perceived him, he could control his mindset and his actions. He stopped making excuses and started asking himself, "What can I do to improve this situation?" He signed up for an online course to build his skills, updated his resume, and started applying for jobs, even though he still felt a bit unsure. The result? Within a few months, he landed a role that not only paid better, but also gave him a sense of purpose. The transformation didn't happen because his circumstances changed. It happened because he changed his approach. He stopped blaming the world and took ownership of his life. So let me ask you, how often do you let excuses hold you back? When you face a challenge, do you focus on what you can't control, or do you look for what you can do? This shift in mindset, from excuses to accountability, is one of the Stoic secrets to building true, lasting confidence. The Stoics believed in taking full ownership of our responses to life's challenges. That's where your power lies, not in controlling every situation, but in controlling how you respond to it. When you stop making excuses and start taking responsibility, you shift from a mindset of helplessness to one of empowerment, and that's where real growth happens. Here's what I want you to do. The next time you catch yourself making an excuse, pause and reframe it. Instead of saying, "I can't because," ask yourself, "What can I do despite this?" Start small. It could be as simple as taking one actionable step toward your goal, even if it feels insignificant at first. Maybe it's reaching out to someone for advice, learning a new skill, or even just committing to show up and try. Each small action is like a vote for the person you want to become, someone who is resilient, proactive, and confident. Over time, those small actions build momentum, and that momentum transforms into confidence. Why? Because every time you overcome an obstacle, no matter how minor, you're proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. Excuses may feel comforting in the short term, but they keep you stuck in the long run. Accountability, on the other hand, is uncomfortable, but liberating. When you commit to action, even when it's hard, you'll find that confidence doesn't come from avoiding challenges, but from facing them head-on. So, what's holding you back right now? What excuse have you been telling yourself that's keeping you from moving forward? And more importantly, what's one step you can take today to break free from it? Remember, confidence isn't built overnight, but it's strengthened with every decision to take responsibility and move forward. Here's the ultimate lesson. Excuses are the enemy of confidence. They keep you in a cycle of stagnation, feeding the belief that you're powerless. But accountability is your way out. When you own your circumstances and take action, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more. This is one of the timeless Stoic secrets. Your mindset shapes your reality. By choosing responsibility over excuses, you transform challenges into opportunities for growth. So, the next time you feel tempted to blame something or someone else, ask yourself, am I choosing growth or am I staying stuck? The choice is always yours, and I promise you, choosing accountability is the first step toward a life of confidence and fulfillment. Number 11. Taking everything personally. Let me ask you, how often do you let someone's words or actions completely derail your mood, your focus, or even your sense of self-worth? Taking things personally is one of the fastest ways to erode your confidence, and it's something that happens to all of us at one time or another. Maybe it's a rude comment that struck a nerve, someone dismissing your ideas as if they don't matter, or harsh criticism about something you deeply care about. The problem is, you start replaying it in your mind like a broken record. You start doubting yourself. Am I really not good enough? Did I mess up somehow? And just like that, you've handed over your power. By letting their words get to you, you're giving them control over your self-esteem, over your emotions, and ultimately over your sense of worth. Why do we do this to ourselves? Most of the time, other people's words or actions have little to do with us, and everything to do with them, their struggles, their insecurities, their bad day. So why waste your precious energy worrying about something that's beyond your control? Here's the truth. Learning not to take things personally is one of the most freeing, confidence-boosting habits you can cultivate. Think about it. Why let someone else's fleeting judgment have so much power over how you see yourself? It's like someone tossing you their emotional baggage and you willingly picking it up. That baggage isn't yours to carry, so why hold on to it? The next time someone criticizes you, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this actually constructive? Is this something I can learn from, or is it just noise? If it's useful feedback, take it as an opportunity to grow. But if it's just negativity, let it roll off your back. You don't have to absorb every opinion thrown your way. That's the key. Your reaction is where your real strength lies. Taking control of your responses instead of letting others control your emotions is one of the most empowering things you can do. Another thing to consider is your environment. Who do you surround yourself with? Are the people in your life lifting you up and helping you grow, or are they pulling you down with constant criticism and negativity? The people you spend time with can have a massive impact on your mindset and confidence. When you're surrounded by those who believe in you, it becomes easier to shrug off the opinions of those who don't. But even then, your confidence doesn't truly come from others. It comes from within. It's built on the foundation of knowing your worth and staying grounded in who you are, no matter what anyone else says or does. So ask yourself this: do you want to live your life constantly swayed by every passing judgment, or do you want to be the kind of person who stands firm, unshaken by the opinions of others? Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters: our own values, our own efforts, and our own goals. The world will always be full of people who misunderstand, criticize, or judge you. That's just a fact of life. But their negativity is a reflection of them, not you. By emotionally detaching from things you can't control and staying committed to your own path, you gain clarity, peace, and strength. Imagine how liberating it would feel to live without being weighed down by what others think of you. Picture walking through life confident in your own skin, knowing that your worth is not determined by the opinions or actions of anyone else. Doesn't that sound like freedom? So let me ask you this. The next time someone's words or actions sting, how will you respond? Will you let it drag you down, or will you take a step back and remind yourself that their negativity doesn't define you? Start practicing this mindset today. The less you take things personally, the more confident and unshakable you'll become. After all, this is your story to write, so why let anyone else hold the pen? If you've made it this far in the video, I encourage you to comment "unshakable confidence" below. This simple act shows that you're embracing the deeper lessons of modern Stoicism and committing to taking control of your emotions and responses. Let me know your thoughts on this perspective. How will you handle the next time someone's negativity crosses your path? Thank you for being part of this journey, and I hope these teachings help you stand stronger and more resilient on your Stoic path. Your growth starts here. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Masculine confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you create through self-awareness, resilience, and a commitment to living authentically. Modern Stoicism teaches us that while the world may throw obstacles your way, those challenges are opportunities to grow stronger and uncover your true potential. By recognizing and addressing the 11 factors that silently erode your confidence, you're taking a powerful step toward reclaiming your inner strength. Remember, true confidence isn't about seeking approval. It's about honoring your values, embracing challenges, and becoming the man you were meant to be. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Secrets. Turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos as we continue to explore the timeless wisdom of modern Stoicism and share Stoic secrets to help you navigate life with strength and purpose. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.